out. Randy Ford looking for a nice side-by-side start out of these boys. Again, another great heat race. Bray and Smith on that front row. Green flag flies.
Brad Smith out to the early lead there. Got a great jump on that restart as he pulls out up over Caleb Bray. But Caleb Bray gets really good through the center of the corner there. But looks like he might have banged it off the wall there, Andy.
Boy, Smith got high and Bray got high, and that let the whole field catch up to him. Turn 4 seems to be a little bit dusty on him.
But Andy, it looked like Page was running Brad Smith down there in that 99 machine. As you've got 2 laps down, make that 3 laps down this time by.
Brad Page, your 2022 track champion here at Electric City. Hanging in there in second, not letting Smith get too far ahead. Boy, you gotta wonder, Sean, with your point leader runs in last spot. Man, I tell you, that's a tough heat race.
That is a tough heat race for sure. But looks like Bray's recovered well, come up to the rear bumper there on Page's car. I think there's something. You can't jump that cush coming out of 4. It really slows you down. But Caleb Bray making a good recovery as he set in P3, wants to be P2 over Page. But Brad Smith pulling out to a 2.24 lead. As we've got the 1 to go at the flag stand one more time around this 3/8 mile track for Brad Smith in that 99 Rage chassis, Kenny style sponsored machine.
Out of turn 4 for the last time, Brad Smith takes the win. Brad Page in second, Bray in third, Hendren in 4th, and Ryland Gibbs in 5th spot. So, man, them guys are, I mean, they're stretching it out there. Not able to make the call. You saw him get pushed back to the pit area. Flagman says no, that was not a good start. Yeah, maybe he did say it. Okay, we're still green. Eli Muhlenberg out front in the 25. Butch Hestan in second, Dale Tiedemann in third. Zach Willis in 4th. Lucas Rowe in 5th spot in the white 74.
That 25 machine of Muhlenberger out to a 1.355 second lead. As we've got 4 laps down, we are halfway home in this 8-lap heat race event.
Dale Tiedemann and Willis closing in on Hestan. The 74 goes around in turn 2. Lucas Rowe
went on a little bit of a tilt-a-whirl ride there. Facing wrong way and a one-way there, Andy. That's 70.
All right, yellow lights out. Randy Ford looking for a nice start off the front row.
Another really good start for that young man in that 23 machine. Dylan going to put a car in between him and that current points leader, Beard. As that high side is the fast way around the racetrack right now, as we've got one down, 7 to go this time by.
Dakota Dylan, you called it a little earlier. He's tired of second place.
Halfway home this time by. 4 down, 4 to go. As Dakota Dylan pulling out to a 1.559 lead. Stretching that lead out over Dennison and Beard.
Dakota Dylan with a full straightaway lead over Aaron Dennison. Jordan Beard not able to get close to the 4A. Drew Hill still right there in 4th spot.
White flag this time by. 7 down, one more time around this 3/8 mile racetrack here at Electric City for Dakota Dylan, as he's out to a 3.255 second lead. And your heat race winner. Get on the loud pedal, green flag high in the air. We are racing here at Electric City. Smith, Dennison.
Top 2 going at it. On the 3rd, Mitch Coulter right there behind him. Martin goes around in the middle of 1 and 2. 3rd spot spins out. John Martin. So that'll move Mitch Coulter now up to 3rd spot. So Dennison really carrying good speed in that middle lane.
Runs right to the rear quarter panel of that 98 machine of Smith, as we've got them side by side going to 3 and 4. Touch just a little bit of right side romance going on there.
Mitch Coulter right there with him in the 8 car.
Two to go that time by. 6 down. 2 to go for your leader, Dylan. Smith in that 98 machine. Time in the hourglass running out for that 5D machine of Dustin Dillison. But your race winner by .246, that is Dylan Smith. Machine, that is Aaron Poe out of Warrensburg, Kansas. Starting outside of him in the 06 machine, that is Morgan Campbell.
Yeah, second row inside is going to be your point leader, Gary Clark in the 4G. Outside of him, from right across the street to 89 of Josh Harris.
And third row inside in that 77, that is Jeff Dowdy. And outside of him in the 7D, that is Dustin Weiland.
And bringing up the back in the 67 junior is going to be the young one, Shane Irvin, in the black and yellow 67.
15 laps of distance. Caution light out on the racetrack. Green flag next time by.
Looks like Shepard's going to hit it.
Yes, he did. Good for him.
All right, a couple of powerhouses on that front row. Green flag flies.
Aaron Poe hustling him on into 1 and 2 there on that bottom side. You've got them side by side right behind him, stacked up 2 by 2. Gary Clark and Morgan Campbell in that second row.
Josh Harris slowing on the back straightaway. We'll see if that brings out a caution or not. Yes, it will. O'Reilly caution for turn 3. Josh Harrison, 89, coming to a stop.
Head right now as we've got 2 down, 13 to go in this A feature.
Well, I mean, he's a veteran. He wins a lot. I mean, he's just going to run his line until somebody shows him a nose. I mean, that's all he can do. There he goes.
On the loud pedal, green flag high in the air. Great start for Alan Poe. But looky there, the 4G up to second. Gary Clark up to second, able to get around Morgan.
Clark definitely took advantage of that outside start.
Gary Clark cutting into that lead that time by.
Campbell has an issue in 1 and 2. He shuts her down. We'll see if he gets it off the track. No, O'Reilly caution going to come out on the 08 or 06.
Heartbreaking running third. Having a good showing tonight. Something awry on that 06 machine of Campbell. We'll go green flag this time by for your leader, Aaron Poe.
Aaron Poe will pick his spot in 3 and 4. We'll see when he goes. There he goes. Not wasting any time, the 3 car. Dowdy hanging right there with the 4G. Yellow light back out.
Got one crossed up there on the front stretch. The 67 junior of Irvin's.
Shane Irvin having an issue out of turn 4 on that start. Sean, these guys are really going to wear that track in. They'll be putting some rubber down, smoothing it down a little more. You can already see them in 3 and 4 running lower and lower.
Yeah, I think we're going to see it change up a bunch tonight. Hopefully not take too much rubber, as that will be a preferred line and make it a little bit harder to get around. But with doing the little water sprinkles, I think we'll be okay, as the caution light will stay on for one more time around. But 5 down, 10 to go as we get into that restart zone. Green flag high in the air.
Dowdy right there with the 4G for second spot. Josh Harris now spins out of 4th spot. O'Reilly caution going to fly again here at Electric City. Josh Harris running in 4th. Car just got away from him. He's back going again. No harm, no foul.
Ready to pounce as that young man makes a mistake. Headed down the back chute into 3 and 4, into the restart zone. Green flag high in the air. We are back racing here at Electric City. Aaron Poda, a great start, but Gary Clark gets a good run through the center there, not letting that 3 get out too far from him. I'm going to head down. Okay.
Takes the halfway side. Clark right there with him as he moves in on the 3 car. Caution out. Gary Clark hanging right there on the back bumper to 3. Picks the high side. That puts Shane Irvin on the bottom. Dustin Weiland behind him. Dowdy takes his spot behind the 4G. And there goes Aaron. Green flag flies, laps running out. To go, 2 laps. Clark still right there, moving down just a little bit. Shane Irvin hanging on the 3rd. Jeff Dowdy trying to get back around him. White flag for Aaron Poe. Out of turn 4 for the checkered flag, Aaron Poe. 2nd place to Gary Clark. 3rd place to Shane Irvin. Look like 4th maybe to Jeff Dowdy. Dustin Weiland in 5th. So Aaron Poe doing his thing in that beautiful number 3. Holds off your point leader.
To perfection. We've got them side by side going down the back stretch. Who's going to lead that first lap? It will be John Seats in that 8 machine. Brad Smith not going anywhere. Bobbles there a little bit and it allows John Seats to get out in front of him. But coming up through the field already, Jake Richards up 3 spots.
Jake Richards already picking up about 3-4 spots. There he goes past another one.
3 laps down, 17 to go. 3 laps down, 17 to go. As a man on the move right now is that 7J out of Lansing, Kansas of Jake Richards.
Jake Richards really making time out there. Now he's looking under Ryland Gibbs out of turn 2. Brad Page in 4th spot. Here comes Cole Hamilton coming up behind the 7J.
As Brad Smith cut into that lead that time by John Seats out by .550. Got a good battle keeping up for that 5th and 6th place position as Cole Hamilton pulls up side by side as we've got them 2 wide through 3 and 4 for that 6th and 7th place position. But we've got a battle on the racetrack for that P1 spot as Brad Smith pulls to the rear bumper of that 8 machine of John Sheets.
Brad Smith moving down the track a little bit. John Sheets goes into protection mode. Cole Hamilton now making a move under the 7J. Brad Smith every lap right there under the 8 coming in through 1 and 2.
Halfway home this time by 10 down, 10 to go for your leader, John Seats, but Brad Smith not letting him get out on him. As Jake Richards and Cole Hamilton putting on probably the best show right now on the back stretch side by side.
Traffic for the leaders. Sheets gets by, now Smith goes by. Steve Tiedemann hanging tough in 3rd spot. Brad Page in 4th.
That time by John Sheets pulls out to a 1.022 lead as we've got 14 down. Make that 15 down this time by 4 fingers and a thumb left in this 20 lap B-Mod Power Eye B-Mod race as we've got the 64 machine pulling to the infield.
Matthew Hendren pulls off down the front straightaway, but he's off the surface. Laps are winding down as John Sheets leads another one into turn 1. Cole Hamilton still working to the inside of Richards. Two laps to go for your leader. 2 laps to go. John Sheets one more time around. Out of turn 4, how about three-time winner John Sheets. Holds off Brad Smith. The Moo Daddy, Steve Tiedemann, comes home in third. Brad Page in fourth. Ryland Gibbs in fifth spot. Jake Richards in sixth. Cole Hamilton in seventh. Followed by Bray in eighth. How about that back-to-back-to-back here at Electric City for John Sheets and the Red Rocket out of Nevada. Yeah, I heard the Moo Daddy fans clapping as Steve Tiedemann drive by. Beautiful run to third spot for the 21.
Pull through. Crew top as sun's up on the car, excited. But climbing out of the car, your winner for your Clark Memorial, John Sheets.
Give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. John Sheets does three-time. Sean, I know he is a happy camper.
Turned on you. No, better not, buddy.
John, my goodness. I tell you what, that was a race. There at the beginning, Brad Smith working that top shelf, got up there beside you a couple times. You got to tell me what was going through your mind, being that he was in a rage and you're in a J2, and being part kind of involved with that. Had to have been thinking, boy, I cannot let that guy get by me.
I've raced with Brad for a lot of years. You know, he's one of the guys that, you know, we can race hard, especially, I mean, Butler race is a little different than everywhere else, but with a guy like Brad beside you, you know, you got room, and it's just great to have a good, clean race with him like that.
Well, you guys went green to checkered, 20 laps on this slick from top to bottom, but multiple grooves as Jake and Cole Hampton were coming through the field there. I told Mike, we were up there outside, I said, boy, I sure would have liked to have seen a caution with about 10 to go. We would have seen it, how interesting it got, but you were definitely the class of the field.
Yeah, you know, I love the scoreboard Mike put in turn 2. You know, I'd enter the corner and I could really see when I was screwing up and when I wasn't, because I could read the lap times off. So I was kind of searching around, and I never felt great through 1 and 2, but I felt good, and then 3 and 4 was pretty well. I mean, this lockdown, we went through this car pretty close today. We've been off for the last couple of weeks and tweaking on a couple little things. I think it paid off.
Yeah, for sure. I was just walking by the right rear, got it blistered up there just a little bit, as this racetrack was tricky tonight, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think the racetrack started to clean off a little bit there through 3 and 4, because I could really traction hop the car pretty hard, but that's hard on tires. But, you know, paycheck like this, and this race means a lot to us. You know, Kevin and my father-in-law, the guy that owns all this stuff, him and Mike were real close all through the years, and so we try not to ever miss this one, and I think this is our second or third one, and we're going to keep coming back and try and just win them all.
Yeah, well, this is your third one in a row here at Electric City. So, hey, who do you got to think gets you up and down the road? I know Mom and Dad and whoever else, but this ain't easy. I mean, you guys race a lot. I know I've seen you at Lakeside some this year, traveling around a little bit, checking out some different racetracks. So I know it's not easy. So who do you got to think gets you up and down the road?
That list is long, but first and foremost, that little boy on the roof, he's my crew chief. He gets me going every week, and then Bub over here works on tires, works on car. Father-in-law, like I said, all my great sponsors, CarQuest, Penske Race Shocks, Eagle Machine, J2 Race Cars, Weir's Machine, All-Star Performance, Wasoba Trucking, Reed Environmental, I'm going to have to cheat on Wasoba Trucking, Lobo Racing, Swift Springs, Dynamic Drive Shaft, Portwood Fab. I know I'm forgetting some. Elite Powder Coating or Elite Auto Complex now. Henry's Headers, Bill Steen. Everybody that helps us get up and down the road, we couldn't do without them.
Well, hey, Electric City, let him hear it one more time. 3-time Mike Clark Memorial Race winner, John Sheets.
Thanks, everybody, coming out. I mean, you got 1,000 things to do on the 4th, and we appreciate you coming to a racetrack.
Let him hear it one more time, fans.
I was wondering if I was going to get to do interviews tonight. Was he just visiting? I mean, I know.
I didn't know he was coming in. So I guess they weren't running tonight.
36 didn't run.
So John Sheets, our 3-time winner of the Mike Clark Memorial. Folks, that is tough to do. Come back 3 years in a row, win the same race. Heavy hitters in every one of the races every year, but John was able to cover them all 3 years back to back to back. All right, our next A feature up should be our R&B Towing and Recovery, Strictly Stocks. On the pole, the 51, Jared Korn. Outside of him, the 19 of Mike Parker. Second row inside, the 55, Dallas Butchie. Outside of him, the 72 of Will Franklin. Third row inside, the 75 of Ethan Rowe. Outside, the 1753 of Miss Ashton Miller. Fourth row inside, the 17 of Truman Dimes, and outside in the 143, Mike Parker Sr. All right, the next A feature up is going to be the Midwest Mods. On the pole is going to be the 25 of Eli Muhlenberg. Outside, the 23, Dakota Dylan. Second row inside, the 98 of Dylan Smith. Outside, the 77 of Zach Willis. Third row inside, the 2J of Jordan Beard. Outside, the 4A of Aaron Dennison. Fourth row inside, the 5D, Dustin Dennison. Outside, the 111 of Butch Hestan. Fifth row inside, the 8 of Mitch Coulter. Outside, the 75 of Dale Tiedemann. Sixth row inside, the 12H of Drew Hilt. Outside of him, the red 29, Richard Jackson. Seventh row inside, the 28J of John Martin. Outside, the 74 of Lucas Rowe. Eighth row inside, the 10 of Cody Bray. Outside, the 0S of Tim Stemmer. Ninth row inside, the 6A, if he got it fixed, of Aiden Dennison. Outside, if he got it fixed, the 662 of Caden Campbell. That is our unique Auto Care Power Eye Midwest Modified A feature.
All right, Electric City. Coming down the back chute, wave lap this next time by. Stand up, get those phones out, put those flashlights on. Let's send them off. Pick your favorite color, pick your driver, favorite number. Salute these guys as we've got 18 of the best Midwest mods in the Midwest in going 20 laps of distance. Caution lights are out. We're going to go green flag this next time by Muhlenberg. Dylan. Can Dylan get that monkey off his back, Andy? Who knows? As we go into the start zone, green flag high in the air. Great start for that 23 machine working that top shelf. Able to get a good run, but Muhlenberg on the bottom side as we've got them 2 high, 2 going down the back stretch. Who's going to lead that first lap as caution light comes out? Caution on the racetrack.
Several guys having to check up.
Look like might be somebody there coming off the racetrack. Bringing out that caution. Can't tell from here what car number that is as he stopped there. Complete restart? Yes. Did not score a lap. We will be going complete restart. Race command just telling me. As it looks like we've got that race car pushed off of the exit ramp there.
So Sean, that front row looked ready on that start.
Yes, they did. Doyd and Dylan Rafferty, or excuse me, and Dakota Dylan had that thing on kill, had a good run coming through 1 and 2 before that caution come out. It'll be interesting to see if that 25 machine of Muhlenberg will let him do that again.
Yellow lights out. Flagman Randy Ford looking for another good start out of turn 3 and 4. Well, now yellow back on.
Race command not liking that, the way these guys are lined up. So after losing that car, they're doing a little rack and stack, little re-stack these guys, as we want to make sure that lineup is correct. As again, no laps down, complete restart. Looks like caution light is out, Andy.
All right, beautiful field. The Midwest Modifies. Gonna go at her again. Nobody's sleeping on these starts.
Green flag high in the air. Another great start for that 23 machine of Dakota Dylan. Dakota Dylan out front there. But your leader of your first lap will be Dakota Dylan. Muhlenberg, Smith, that is your top 3.
So Dakota Dylan looked like he shot out of a cannon. Muhlenberg, oh, yellow flag, O'Reilly caution.
As we've got one in the wall there at the exit of turn 4. Looks like the 75 machine of Tiedemann.
Dale Tiedemann.
But Dakota Dylan, my, what a start. Had gotten out to a 1.566 lead as we've got 2 laps down, 18 to go. 2 laps down, 18 to go.
John, that's what we call not fooling around.
No, he's got that.
Dylan, wow.
Yeah, he's got that car on 100% kill tonight, or what I say 100% dig tonight for sure. Got a lot of dig in that car as it made really, really well, but then changed it up a little bit. 3 and 4 kind of went to the middle of the racetrack, ran through as there looks like there's a spot there, still got some moisture. As it kind of D'd that racetrack off, ran down the hill, and really making that car work tonight.
But, you know, I mean, Muhlenberg and Smith are running great in second and third, but, I mean, Dylan is just laying down a pace that they just had nothing they could touch it with.
Well, if you're looking at lap times on my race pass, he's almost a little over a half second faster those first 2 laps, as he's, like they said, he's figured something out. We talked before the races. I gave him a few suggestions of what I thought he should try. It'll be interesting if he gets to victory lane, if I can ask him if I get a little bit of money because I helped him out there, but probably not. But that's okay. Hey, that 23 car is on kill, but we got a long way to go. 18 laps remaining, 2 laps down, as it looks like we got the racetrack clear.
Yeah, looks like Del Tiedeman's going to go ahead and pull off, so maybe a little bit of damage to the 75.
Not having to put him on the hook, but it looks like we're getting lined up in our Delaware double file restarts. And Muhlenberg took the outside, a little surprised about that, as Smith to the inside. As caution light will remain on, we'll give him one more time around here before we go back. Green flag racing. I tell you, there's some cars to watch there in the back. That 8 machine, the 2 machine, some guys that can definitely come up through the field. Even that 5D machine of Denison could come up through there, as we've got a long way to go here in this Power Eye Midwest Mod feature event.
You know, I just get the eerie feeling that Dakota Dylan called his shot with you earlier tonight.
He told me he was tired of running second. So we'll see. It's a long race. Anything can happen. Caution lights are out. They're cleaning their visors, pulling them belts tight as they enter in turns 3 and 4 to that restart zone. Side to side, nose to tail, on the green flag. Great start by Dylan Smith. Dylan Smith up to second.
Dylan Smith taking advantage of Muhlenberg, handing him the bottom.
Running a different line, kind of D'ing that racetrack off, entering high, getting up there against the cush.
Justin Denison now into 4th spot.
Five laps down that time by 15 to go. 5 laps down, 15 to go for your leader. Dakota Dylan out to a 1.81 second lead as he's got that car on 100% kill tonight. Hey.
On the move as Caden Campbell started shotgun on the field.
Up to 7th from shotgun, but out to a commanding lead. 1.811 seconds. Dakota Dylan.
Zach Willis now sliding back as Campbell gets around him on the bottom.
Caution on the racetrack, running 6 in that.
As Campbell against the wall had just gotten into 6th spot from the rear. Man, bad luck for the 66.
I can tell you right now that 23 machine did not want to see that of Dakota Dylan as he checked out to a 2.393 lead. Had stretched that lead out quite a bit there over Dylan Smith. But going to bunch them all back together as we've got 8 laps down, 12 to go, Andy. I think this could go any way, but I think that young man in that 23 car is on a mission.
Oh, absolutely. Got Lucas Rowe up here against the wall on the front straightaway.
What's his name? The other guy.
But Dakota Dylan
Plus his right.
absolutely flying. Muhlenberg picked the top, gave Smith the bottom. Smith got her in the second. Dustin Dennison started 7th. He is now up to 4 spot.
Looks like we had a little bit of extracurricular activity there on that caution as that 662 machine of Campbell gotten into the back of somebody there on the front stretch. Didn't quite see that number, but definitely showing his frustration as something had happened there, causing Campbell to get up into the wall there in turns 1 and 2. Race command working to get all these guys single file and in line so they can tell everybody where they need to go, as they do have one-way receivers in these cars so that we can talk to them. They can't talk to us. And Andy, I'm telling you, sometimes I'm glad that we can't hear them.
You know, the guy that's actually really not done much, he's actually backed up. He started 5th and he's in 7th now, and that's your point leader, Jordan Beard. Not able to make any passes.
Still a long way to go as we only have 8 laps down, 12 to go. Doesn't seem like a lot of laps, but that's a lot of laps left for that number 2 car. As we were talking earlier, he just been patient, and boy, he seems to come on right there at the end, saving them tires. So we'll see what happens. If everybody's got their stuff left, or if he can get that number 2 machine rolling there.
All right, they'll double file up. So this time Muhlenberg on the bottom, Smith on the top.
Caution lights are out. We're going to go green flag this time by. Cleaning those wires, cinching those belts down just a little bit tighter as we've got 12 laps remaining in this 20-lap A-feature event. They head off into the restart zone. Green flag high in the air. We are back racing at Electric City.
Back into second. He gets around Smith on the restart.
Laps down, 10 to go, 10 laps down, but out to a 1.388 second lead. Dakota Dylan got that car on 100% kill tonight, wanting to get that monkey off his back as Dennison pulls into 3rd over Smith.
Dustin Dennison around Smith. Here comes Jordan Beard now, starting to make some time. But a whole straightaway ahead, Dakota Dylan in that 23.
Dakota Dylan stretching that lead out to a 2-point. And make that 3.27 lead as that car is really working. 15 down this time by. 5 laps remaining, 4 fingers and a thumb left.
Down the back straightaway all by himself, Dakota Dylan. Muhlenberg in third, Dustin Dennison fourth, Smith in fifth, Jordan Beard in sixth. To go, 2 laps to go. Coming around to see the white flag. Dakota Dylan, your leader. Muhlenberg still in second, but you're win. Oh, yellow flag, yellow flag. That will be the checkered. Dakota gets her done. He called his shot before the races tonight. Muhlenberg ends up in second. Dustin Dennison third. Smith in fourth. Beard in fifth.
Somebody's not too warm back here on the backstretch. They got the fire going.
It's just the leftover fireworks.
Ah.
Who was that first button over here? Hey guys, who was that that split up here before?
Getting that monkey off his back, pulling into victory lane. I got climbing out. Boy, did he have getting his helmet.
What did he drop?
Up and out. Here it climbing out of that car, your Midwest Mod feature winner, Dakota Dylan. Dakota, come over here and talk to me. Hey, we had a good talk there before the races. You told me you were going to put this thing on kill tonight.
Oh yeah, I say that every week. Most of the time it don't work out for me, but this week everything fell into place for me.
Yeah, hey, the race car was good, man. You were out to a 2.8 second lead there, just walking away. Anything you did different tonight? What's happened? Is it a mindset? You just come in here like, I'm going to win this thing, get this monkey off my back, or what did you do tonight different than weeks before? Because you've been right there all year, and then all of a sudden pick up a win tonight.
Yeah, I didn't really do anything different than I normally do. I think it was more a mindset. I was not going to lose tonight, and I think it showed tonight. So
yeah, for sure. Well, hey, who do you got to think get you up and down the roads beside all these fans behind you here? I can see you got a little bit of a pit crew I can see behind me here, but who do you got to think get you up and down the road?
Oh, I got to thank a lot of people. Danny Scroggum being one of the main ones, Aiden Scroggum, Andrew Evans, everybody who helps me on the car. I appreciate all you. My wife, Brittany, my son, Creed. He's only 6 months old, and I've been saying I'm going to get him in victory lane, and I finally did it, and that's what I'm most excited about. Jake and Caitlin Realty, Mazio's, Proud Painting, Redline Aerodrome, Scroggum Racing, Peels Auto Body, and Elite Construction, Josh Denham Construction, Kenny Mack, and Razor Edge Productions.
All right. Well, hey, Electric City fans, let's hear it one more time for Mod feature winner tonight, Dakota Dylan.
asked me if I was,
Yeah, for the.
All right, your strictly stocks.
well, that one they put on it, 35.
Green flag flies. Will Franklin with a good start, but Corn coming back, or Mike Parker coming back on the bottom. Dallas Butchie right behind him.
Is this the last race? Oh, this was Oh, yeah, these are the friends. Yeah. Have you seen the front-wheel drive running these? How they do pretty good
Oh,
job.
yeah, he does. Yeah, he won the Enduro at Valley last time.
William Franklin, already a one-time winner this year here at Electric City. Mike Parker, your point leader, in second. Corn trying to look under the 55 of Butchie. Mike Parker now pulling down to have a look underneath Franklin.
Andy, that racetrack is extremely slick. I can hear those tires squalling from up here.
Strictly stock guys putting on a good race. This is about like driving on the highway. Suits these cars just fine.
You got less than a second separating that top four.
Mike Parker right on, literally the rear bumper of the 72.
What do they say, Andy? Rubbin's racing?
Yeah. Leaders coming up on Ashton Miller. They'll probably catch her coming down the front straightaway.
Parker got a little bit out of shape coming out of two there, allowed Butchie to get to do his rear quarter panel.
Butchie and Corn now on the back bumper of Parker. Out of turn two, down the back straightaway. Franklin clears Miller.
Oh,
Parker
no,
gets her
Parker.
sideways. He goes around. Keeps her going. But the O'Reilly caution comes out. Man, it was getting intense there.
Mike Parker going on a tilt-a-whirl ride there right down the front stretch. My goodness.
But he kept her off the wall, and that was the main thing.
Oh, yes.
He'll have to fall to the back, but it will not take him long to get back up there.
As that time by, they were 10 down, 5 to go. 4 fingers and a thumb left in this A feature event for our Streetly stock cars. Parker going to the hot pit.
So with all that shuffling going on, Dallas Butchie in second, Jared Korn in third spot.
Yeah, I wish you could. Listen to this spring straightaway. Yeah, I can't see it.
So the 1753 is obviously these left tracks. 75 is a lap down. It's supposed to be Parker.
Now, Andy, we got a break in the action here. I want to tell you guys again how much I appreciate you letting me come down here, spend a little time with you on the mic. I've had one unbelievable experience here tonight. The racetrack is phenomenal. Almost makes me want to get back in a race car, just come down here and turn some laps. The staff here, my wife's yelling at me. I can hear her from up here saying that ain't happening. But boy, oh boy, what you guys have done as a staff and as Mike as a promoter with this facility is just amazing.
Yeah, like I said, it's just, it's just always a work in progress. I mean, you think you can sit back for a week and not do anything, but you look at me like, oh, by golly, I need to work on this, or hey, we need to improve that. And Mike Parker does not sit still. So we've got a good head honcho here, does all that he can in the time allotted. Again, we are so proud of the playground and all the big Titantron screen. Lots of good things Mike has added to the track over the years.
Caution light's going to go out. We're going to go back. Again, 5 laps remaining in this 15-lap A-feature event. Andy, you going to make a prediction?
No, because I've watched these guys too many weeks. They're too close together. One little bump on the last lap could change all top 3 spots. So. Franklin has already won up here, won at Nevada, won some other races, so he's having a good year, but Dallas Butchie's kind of the same way. Green flag back out. Butchie with a great start. Like you said, you can hear those tires chirping out there.
You guys hear them tires screeching?
Oh, yeah.
Top 3 right there, nose to tail. Butchie maybe with an outside move. We'll see if he's got anything left in the tank.
As we've got 2 remaining.
Korn now having a look under the 55. White flag, one more time by for Will Franklin in the 72. Butchie pours it into 3 and 4, but I don't think he's going to have enough. Will Franklin gets her done. Jared Korn in 3rd. Mike Parker in 4th. And the 75 in 5th. So Will Franklin gets the 2nd win of the year here at Electric City. Yeah, it's laying her down out there.
Off, but the car will. Giving his boy a hug. Will, that's quite the rebound, man, from the heat race. Had the rear bumper there ripped off, got that fixed back up, started up front there. But tell me what you were going through your mind going through them corners. Those guys were right there with you the whole time.
Yeah.
It was super close. Just is a perfect example of a stock class,
Right.
with the guys just having to make perfect runs.
Yep. I mean, every week it's that close. I know Mike's going to be there. I know the 55 is going to be there. I just know if I stay out front and I can stay smooth and straight, we got a good shot. After the heat race, I really wasn't sure what was going to happen, but I told him, I said the only way we can make tonight worth it was going out and win it, and that's what we did.
Yeah. Well, hey, I bet you're going to have to go spend some money on some tires, because boy, this racetrack, I could hear you squalling all the way up in the tower.
Yeah, we got one cut a little bit in the heat race, so we had to replace that one. You could tell they're pretty tore up, but we'll take it.
Yeah. Well, hey, who do you got to think gets you up and down the road every week, make this possible for you to come out and run in this car every week?
I mean, I pretty much built the car myself. I put all the work in myself. I got to thank Mitchell, and I got to thank Junior. I got to thank Junior for the tips and just the knowledge that I lack still. I got to thank Mitchell for helping me put a rear end together. And ever since then, the car's turned around. If it wasn't for him.
Well, hey, Electric City, your feature winner tonight, and I'm sure you're glad to hear this, Will Franklin. Give it to him one more time.
All right, so Will Franklin out of Fort Scott gets him another win here at Electric City.
Last race. Yes, there's more after this one.
Okay.
Well, if you don't, I might get some breakup
Andy, I'll tell you, boy, this old fat guy's getting tired of climbing these stairs, boy. It's something, a little workout.
All right, our next A feature up is going to be the ECS 4-cylinders. On the pole, one of the quickest guys around in the 121, Eric Schmidt. Outside of him, the 75 SR of Rob Jones Sr. Second row inside in the white 75, Steven Say. Outside of him in the 88, that is going to be Steven Steitler. Third row inside in the yellow 57, Tommy Carter. Outside in the 10B, Jeremy Byfield. Fourth row inside in the 29, Zach Bean. Outside in the 44, Peyton Willis. Fifth row inside the 7K, Carl Ford. Outside the 98B of Kelly Butler. And bringing up the back in the red number 11, Martin Jennings.
Luckily, they just threw.
Nice field of 4-cylinder minis tonight.
Yeah. And I got him going into turn one.
Yellow lights out. Eric Schmidt and Rob Jones bringing them down to the green. Steven Styler and Rob Jones Sr. going at it side by side for second spot. Steven Say in fourth, Byfield in fifth. Schmidt out to a full-length straightaway. Lead on second and third. That's Jones and Steitler still going at it. Say still in fourth. Byfield in fifth spot. Eric Schmidt out front, everything working good on the 121. Steitler now making a move under Rob Jones Sr. That is the battle for second spot. Rob Jones fighting back on the 88. Laps to go for the 121. The battle is for second spot. Schmidt now into some lap traffic going into turn 3. Gets underneath the red 11. He will see the white flag this time by. Steitler again gets past the 75 SR for second spot. Down the back straightaway one last time, a year later. On the bottom in 3 and 4. Eric Schmidt gets her done. Finally, no mechanical difficulties. The 88 Steitler gets second. Rob Jones Sr. in third. Steven Say in fourth. Byfield in fifth. Then comes Carl Ford and Tommy Carter.
We're going up there? What? I'm not going up there. Are they just doing 12 races today? Are they just doing 12?
No, this was the last race tonight.
Then one's stuck on 11 still.
that I should give you, I guess that's my dad's. I don't know if it's on me or not.
It was a racing deal.
I didn't know. I mean,
No. It was a racing deal.
Your winner tonight, Eric. Hey, Eric, let me get a word with you before you get a picture. We've done this a couple times before. You had this 121 set on kill tonight, my friend.
Yeah, I've been fighting issues with it the last 3 or 4 times I've been out here.
Yeah, well, you got them fixed tonight because you were out about a straightaway, maybe even straightaway and a half over everybody.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, well, hey, give it up to him one more time. Your feature winner tonight, Eric Smith. If you're headed out tonight, be safe. We want to see you back next week. Again, want to thank the staff. And
another 25 the next time they're here, and 25 after that until he gets beaten.
as we'll go 15 laps. Looks like the wave laps. Stand up. Give these drivers a wave off. Turn that flight on your phone. Give them a good wave as they wave their top flaps at you. Caution lights are out. We'll go green flag next time. Bye.
Well, my guess is going to be Sonner will get a good start. Nathan Wolf will probably follow him. And then Tyler Farrell will probably fall into third. We'll see what happens. That's a no. Yellow light back on.
Yeah, Andy, it looked like the 98 of Jeff Rafferty jumped the start there just a little bit. Traffic controller not allowing that to happen, as they've got to be side by side, nose to tail. Could see that traffic controller waving that flag at that 98 machine of Jeff Rafferty. As I think you can't count out that 47 machine of Ed Griggs either, as he was extremely fast in that heat race.
All right, yellow lights back out. Randy Ford wanting a nice even start. There goes the green.
Jeff Rafferty gets a good start. Started P7, already up to P4, but Tyler Farrell battling back there on the top side as we had him 3 deep, sell him cheap. Tyler Farrell around and facing wrong way in a one-way right there at the flag stand. As it got a little bit narrow coming out of 4, they were 3 wide there, Andy.
Yeah, 3 wide.
As on the loud pedal, green flag high in the air.
How about that? 3 wide. Griggs split in the middle. How about this, Ed Griggs?
New leader that time by in that 47 machine. That is Ed Griggs, but behind him in that 46 machine, Dylan Rafferty.
Dylan Rafferty now in the second, sandwiched by the 47 cars. Justin Rafferty in third. Now he pulls down to have a look under Sonner. Nathan Wolf in fifth spot.
Five laps down this time by 10 to go for your leader, Ed Griggs. Can he hold off that 46 of Dylan Rafferty, pick up that bounty number tonight as the 75 slips back a little bit, as we will be getting to some lap traffic as Joe Gunn and Matthews Rafferty will be up to gun here, but Ed Griggs hustling down.
Dylan Rafferty throwing everything but the kitchen sink at the 47.
And it looks like the 47 of Ed Griggs is better in 1 and 2, but not as good in 3 and 4 as Dylan Rafferty able to pull right back to his rear bumper.
Michael Rafferty gets around Sonner now. Griggs with a little bit bigger lead that lap. He gets around lap traffic. Jeff Rafferty actually closing in on the lead pair.
That time by Ed Griggs out to a 1.364 lead. Lap traffic holding up Dylan Rafferty. We'll see if he stretches it out anymore here as a bounty on the line. 11 laps down that time by, 4 to go. Get it down.
Laps winding down quick in your Mod Light A feature, a bounty on the line. Ed Griggs with about a 12-car length lead now. Justin Rafferty in third, Michael Rafferty in fourth, Sonner in fifth. 2 laps to go, 2 laps from the flagman. Wide flag for Ed Griggs in the 47. Is he gonna do it? Folks, bring him on through 3 and 4. He's going to get the bounty. How about it, Ed Griggs? Hose off Dylan Rafferty. Justin Rafferty in third. Michael Rafferty in fourth. And Sonner comes in fifth. Ed Griggs gets that $100 bounty.
Ed Griggs, one happy man. Hey there, Mr. Griggs. My goodness, man. That was something.
It's been 6 weeks of absolute hell. Blown motors, bad fuel systems. This is literally the first night I finished in 6 weeks, and the car is good when we can get it to finish. So I thank my wife for putting up with this. Thank the Lord for giving me the opportunity to do this. Thank you all for coming out. Man, you don't realize how big this is for me, to get my butt kicked every week by him. So this is a big deal.
Well, but you guys have all been getting faster. Down at Valley, I see you guys every Saturday night, and every time getting just inching a little bit closer. He's definitely making it better.
Oh, no doubt. Any of us can go anywhere else. at any track and compete for wins, guaranteed. It's a fast group, and everybody raced each other super clean tonight, so you can't ask for anything better than this.
Well, I tell you what, I know I've seen you guys everywhere, down in Florida during Speed Week, up in Marshalltown, Iowa racing, or at Boone. I've seen you guys all over the place, but to get these gremlins out, man, you've got to be so happy.
Oh, I didn't even want to come today. I was so wore out from trying to get this car ready and trying to get the B-Mod ready to do double tonight, but I'm glad I just took the time and I came here, and wife came with me to try to keep me calm tonight, and it worked.
Yeah, well, you've shoed just about everything, but to beat the 4-time IMCA national champion, that's got to be quite the feather in the cap.
That's what I mean. This is a big deal. To beat Dylan, he is so fast everywhere he goes. If you can just run the same lap with him, same straightaway, you're doing a good job. So God was with me tonight. I was praying the whole time.
Well, hey, Electric City, give it up one more time to your IMCA Mod Light feature winner tonight, and that sure sounds good, Ed Griggs. It will be John Seats in that 8 machine. Brad Smith not going anywhere. Bobbles there a little bit, and it allows John Seats to get out in front of him. But coming up through the field already, Jake Richards up 3 spots.
Jake Richards already.
Unlock all that. I can't even see the screen. Where are you, Andy? Oh, there you are back there. I see you.
Out in the middle. There you go. Yeah, you got the seats aligned pretty good up there.
Do what?
You got the seats aligned pretty good, I think, right there.
Yeah, let's try it right there. Well, I caught up with Andy Claiborne. Andy, another great night of racing here at Electric City Speedway. And of course, tonight we were doing the Mike Clark, I don't want to say Mike Kraft, Mark Clark, the Mike Clark Memorial here. And just another great night of racing here at Electric City.
Oh yeah, it was great. Track's in really good shape. Track, it was dry, slicked off, got black, and stayed fast all night long. So all the classes, I mean, the strictly stocks, the front wheel drive mini guys, everybody put on just a whale of a show tonight.
Yeah, and you knew Mike Clark. I was kind of just getting into this, I think, when he was kind of getting out of it. And but you knew Mike. Can you tell us a little bit about the guy?
Well, I actually knew him a long time. I worked for Dirtworks for just about 3 months short of 20 years. And, Mike was just a great friend. I mean, Gary knows this, but when my mom and dad got in their accident and my dad died, Mike and Phyllis came, and Mike just said, anything you need, anything you want. Yeah. Just let me know. Don't hurry back to work. Anything you want to do, take whatever time off you want. And that was just Mike. He was a country boy, there in Walker, Missouri, but he got in on the ground floor of the modified craze and hit on something really good. He hired some absolutely terrific people to build the cars, and they just became so successful. And there was one year there when we were really in our heyday that we built like 311 cars.
Oh my gosh!
And
talking about a year?
In a year, yeah, in a 12-month period. I mean, we were working day shifts and night shifts to build cars, and so Mike just built an absolute kingdom. And but the whole time, staying my friend, he gave me a car to run all them years, but I also knew Mike and his dad both when they ran the parts trucks for Adrian, Nevada, Lynn County, Monette. I knew them from there. I also raced against Mike, down at Lebanon and Midway. He always came to the state fair, at Sedalia and run. So I knew Mike as a racer, then knew him as the parts guy, and then really got to know him as the builder, the founder of really setting the heyday for the Dirtworks race cars. And so I have a pretty close attachment to Mike, and Phyllis both, and of course, Gary and I are just basically like brothers, and it's just been a great deal. And the fact that Gary and I actually started this memorial deal 5 years ago, 6 years ago down in Nevada, and it was just him and me putting the show on. And we had just a great turnout, and we was like, we got to do this again. We just got to do this again. You kind of get hooked onto these memorial races, and you really feel good at the end of the night when it's a good race, a good car count. You've given the boys a nice purse to run for. You give them some beautiful trophies. Us dumb racers, we'd race for nothing as long as we got us a nice trophy. So, and the fact that tonight, for the first time, that we give them, or Gary give them to every class. So they all got those really beautiful Mike Clark Memorial trophies. So, again, I tell people, and maybe I get repetitive, but the memorial races, just everything you do for the memorial races is just enjoyable. You get the guys' minds off the points and all the the stuff that you don't need. I mean, racing's stressful enough, and you don't just need some of the headaches. So when you do get to put on these shows, and it means a little more to the boys, it truly does. And I've seen some of the absolute cleanest racing at these memorial races, and I want to give them guys all kudos, just like tonight with the B mods, for our race with the Midwest mods. I mean, the guys just go at it hammer and nail, and they race each other so clean. And just like John Sheets, when they was interviewing him in the victory lane there, and they talked about having a race with Brad Smith and them, and Brad stayed right there, and he's like, and the first thing he said was, I know I can trust Brad. So you get a good group of guys that you're comfortable racing with, and that's who you end up racing with, because they're the fast guys at these specials. And so you kind of do know who you can trust, and so these races are just, I just love them. Between the Carrick Memorial stuff and the Tar Water races we used to do up at Adrian, we got tomorrow night, we got the Ron Bola Memorial tomorrow night, and we will, we'll pack the house down there. And these memorial races again are just phenomenal, and the track was great, the racing was great in every class tonight. Eric Schmidt finally shook his bad luck with parts and stuff and got him a win tonight, and Dakota Dylan actually had called his shot with Sean earlier, saying, I'm tired of second, we're going to win this deal. So it's just great to see the enthusiasm and stuff with these guys.
To me, kind of like last week, I was up at I-35, and they had the Mike Tanner Memorial up there, and I was telling Crystal Tanner, who used to be Mike's wife, it just also kind of floods back a lot of those memories of those people that you had during that time when, they put these things on like this. And one of the things that I noticed that they were saying about Mike is just he'd help anybody. He would just help anybody. And that seems so strange. Plus, as you were mentioning, boy, Dirtworks was the car to have there for a while. If you didn't have a Dirtworks, I mean, you were just, it's almost as bad as J2s right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we had every good racer there was, except for like the Harris house car guys and stuff. And we loved, we had some good rivalries going with them guys. Loved racing with Kelly Shyrock, and whenever Ken Schrader, was running with them, and Wayne Larson and Bill Davis and all them guys. God, they had such a good group of guys, with them. And then we had Mark Noble and them running the Poe chassis stuff and their guys. And there was a lot of good, nice, serious, friendly rivalries and stuff, but like you said, it's the helpers. I mean, Tanner was, his area up there, like you said, everybody knew him, and just like what we're going to have here in a couple of weeks when we have the late models here, for our Gene Timmerman Memorial. Gene had so many guys that raced for him, and everybody just thought the world of him. And of course, one of the guys was Ron Boland, that drove for him, and. But it's just, we grew up, I think, you and I and some of us little older fellas, I think we grew up at a great time, and we got to see a lot of these guys, and watch them race and race with them and get to talk with them some. And it just, I know it makes an enjoyable race. I like seeing the crowd be enthusiastic when we're coming around for the pace laps, and we tell everybody to stand up and shout and hold their phones up. And it's good to hear them screaming. That means they appreciate the night, appreciate the race. And we got, of course, there's more races as we're about halfway in the season right now. So the warm weather, with the warm weather setting in. Luckily, we had a great night temperature-wise, and I think I wore out Sean tonight running up and down the stairs interviewing drivers. But it's nice to be able to do that again. Of course, in my situation, I haven't been able to do it except for my race, which you were nice enough to come down and announce with me, and was let me free to go, talk to the boys and stuff. But I miss getting I'm going to make it up to Lakeside some night, because I want to go up and see Kerry Davis and Tim Carrick and all them guys that I grew up with. Maybe get to see, Huey, from Day Automotive and stuff, and just get to see all the guys I grew up with up there. But it's nice seeing, Brad Smith and them guys come down, the CMS guys, and of course Aaron Pohl just done a super job tonight, in the super stocks, and he's just a great guy, and it's very enjoyable, to have these races and stuff.
Yeah, just a great evening. Of course, one we can't forget is Ed Griggs put it on Dylan Rafferty tonight. And you could, like you say earlier, the interview that he did, you could tell that he was just overjoyed with that, because like we were talking just a minute ago before we started this, he's been chasing after Rafferty for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And I mean, he put a pretty good whooping on him tonight. I'd say it was at least 10, 12 car lengths that he won. So a good night for Ed. Congratulations on that, and then all the other races that were so fine. But folks, I think we're going to wrap it up here from Electric City. I still got an hour drive to get home to go to bed, which means 1 o'clock probably. But anyway, Andy, thanks a lot for talking with us and telling us.
And I want to say hi to Mary. Mike tells me you're doing better, so I'm glad.
Yeah, she'll be glad to hear that. I'll make sure and see that she gets to see this interview. But folks, that's going to wrap it up from Electric City. Like I say, I can't tell you how much fun it's been to come down here tonight and do this. These memorial races are special. They're just good, clean racing, and a lot of guys will show up for them that maybe might normally be there with a little extra money on the line, plus in memorial of who the race is held for. But that's going to do it from Electric City tonight. Hope you enjoyed the video here on Cheeseworks Videos. We had to kind of play some of it back. 2 of the features they ran before intermission is why we did that. So I couldn't go live. I didn't know how long the fireworks was going to be. If I'd have known it was going to be so short, I'd have probably just shown the fireworks and said to heck with it. But anyway, Andy, thanks a lot, buddy, and we'll probably see you in about a month.
All righty, man. It was great having you down again tonight, man. Be safe going home, man.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Have fun down in Nevada tomorrow night. And man, I'd really like to come down and see that late model race. And like you say, they're going to have a heck of a crowd down there. What's the name of that late model series?
The Revival Late Model Series. I'll get to have my buddy Bob Spencer, who actually used to announce for my dad some.
Oh, did he?
And so I've known Bob for a lot of years, but he told me he was down last week, and he says, man, we're going to have a great entry. He said they are shooting at 30 cars for $5,000 to win tomorrow night. So it's going to be a great show, man.
And that was one of the highest paydays they've had in that series?
Yeah, it's going to be the biggest paying one this year. So it's going to be a show.
Yeah. All right, folks, there you go. Nevada tomorrow night. Or I-35 or Valley or any place that runs on Saturday night. CMS, I think CMS has got the Heartland Tour down there for 2 days, tonight and tomorrow night, I believe, both. But that's going to wrap it up. So you guys, thanks for watching Cheeseworks Videos, and we'll see you at a race sometime next week, somewhere, someplace, somehow, sometime. Alrighty. We got her done. Oh my. Yeah, when I drove in and I heard this guy on the mic, I thought, that's not Andy. Oh, wait a minute. I know who that is. That's John Burns. They didn't run 36 tonight. Well, that's nice of him to do that.
Yeah, I wish I'd have known he was coming. So I could have